Well, Nintendo just dropped classic Japanese-only games into the Nintendo Switch online service. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And let's take a look at the announcement here from Nintendo of America over on the platform formerly known as Twitter. 4 classic titles are now live for Nintendo Switch Online members. For the Super Nintendo, you have Kirby's Star Stacker. Over on the NES, you have Joy Mech Fight, and sorry if I butcher this, but Downtown Neketsu March Super Awesome Field Day. And then finally for the Game Boy Color, Quest for Camelot. And we'll take a quick look at each of the games here. So Kirby's Star Stacker was a 1997 puzzle game developed by HAL Laboratories. And this is one of those falling block puzzle games that got real popular after Tetris was such a big hit. And you've got 4 different game modes. There's the round clear, a versus, a challenge, and a time attack. Next we have Quest for Camelot, which came out in 1998 for the Game Boy Color. And this is an action role-playing game. And it was based on the animated Warner Brothers movie of the same title. And this is the only game of the 4 that was released in the US. And the game is a third-person 2D action role-playing game, and it has 9 worlds with 60 levels. And the game came out to sort of a mediocre reception, with IGN giving it a 4 out of 10, but Nintendo Power a 7.4 out of 10. And then next we have the name I'm going to butcher, Downtown Neketsu March Super Awesome Field Day. And this is an action sports game that was released on October 12th in 1990 in Japan. And it did have a Game Boy version that got released in 92, as well as a PC Engine that same year. And apparently the PC Engine version actually had voice acting and arranged soundtrack, so that would have been maybe a nicer version to get, but there may be some more complicated licensing for that. And the game does support 4 players simultaneously, with the objective is to win the events by scoring the most amount of points. And then finally we have Joy Mech Fight, which is a fighting game that was published by Nintendo for the Famicom. And it was released on May 21st in 1993 in Japan. And this game is supposed to be one of the more impressive games for visuals for the Famicom generation, because it came out after the Super Famicom was already out. And this was released in the hype of all the fighting games like Super Street Fighter 2. And you're basically supposed to defeat the enemy robots that are on each level. And the game has your basic single player or multiplayer versus mode, as well as a quest mode, which is just single player. And in the quest mode, you'll go up against 7 or 8 enemy robots, and then eventually you'll make your way through those to a level boss, and then there's 4 different levels to play through. And from what I've read, if you're a fighting game fan, this is a classic one you'll want to try out that had a lot of mechanics that sort of have been built upon from later fighting games. But let me know your thoughts about these games dropping into the service. And I definitely like seeing Nintendo bring over some Japanese games that we didn't have here, so we can have a chance to try them out. I know you could probably get them and play them on an emulator, but this does sort of highlight these games and let more people find them. So drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. It really does help the channel out quite a bit. I want to thank you for watching, and be good.